Mede masem ebewie ye no. Yera, yefi ha, yebeko na ahema ho akochia no. Na
Eyi ni kunu aba ha ade ne ho abekire me. Ababo ma wa SSS wono na MPP ayi no so wono. Me ka chance won fa na ho brase esa na emfanko. Okọ enso be pim na mente boni bia sa na mahu so wo ye. Na yire onso Germany wa said you see kasa e kura na wo sen achi me.
No se sabe wa sa o mi asa no ku se no se onu ku afọ mi ni asa no ma na mo je na ha said you wo si akasa no e chere se wo si wo ha wo na asa wo na di pa
ya me kasa nyame na si hene nsem obeye a wo cheche mu nyina wo to aso cheche magana fo ntie me dene se onu ana yire be ma bia wo fie no aso badwu a je so oyire papa na wa ponto a tentum ese onu aso bebo dawro ata ni kurachi wo se me dana se papa me share ni kru me share wono so
so tu bo se wo shawu kru e be dwe wo shawu so se le wo
so ono so be obomodi anu o cheche de ni kru be nipa ni tia eduru ho a be hunu de omo abaye yen mo na de na mo de ese mo akoka na se ye de emba mo bi so ese eno okura nya aka na enye ni chibua eno na de timu
o se no a de to ko ha
nti osimishi ano kusa eyi ni kunu aba ha ade ne ho abekire me ababo ma wa SSS wono na MPP ayi no so wono me ka chance won fa na ho brase esa na emfanko.
Okay, so another special edition on Punch. Our Kessben television and Yumbre Yamao Akwaba October you see October na udim say political temperature no e kosro gidigidi na Yumbre yet na si yebehwese na wotwi na kroma ye hyehye na denti na kroma ye hyehye organized labor strike na wo say obeko na wotwi Efa Galamsey matters ana ekoso ewo Ghana. The response from the presidency and I said the seat of government and the outcome of the engagement and the response from TUC organized labor and Yumbre yatna se ewo Punch Jumadie so ewo Kessben television ebehwe na ya to adwen de afa home. Now political parties say campaign na woko Ghana for NI so ansemben na woka de kire wona wofata se woto aba ewo oman Ghana and so Anwumbre yatna si yebehwe what are the key political messages the main political parties were the aqua grounds were the campaign. Now Anwumbre ewo Punch Jumadie so ya transi ebehwe sansemi na ya hwe ne nsusan so a eni nyina no ewo ede emaye medin ede Ohene Gyan lawyer Ohene Gyan. I say lawyer thank you and I'll say thank you too. Now watchi enso so na watchi His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Baumia edi ni birthday ne re enso so etu anamo eba asante mantem ha ekosra otumfo yetensema okai ene afutu a otumfo ɔte kɔkɔɔ sɔpin so enso ɛde ɛma no anwumbre yatena si nso na yɛhwɛ sɛ wɔn a wɔde ɛyɛ adwembɔne ɛne adwemfi ɛne awudisɛm ɛte yɛn nsuo so a wɔyɛ tutututu ɛsɛ yɛn nsuo in the name of sɛ wɔpɛ ɛyɛ sika ɛyɛ galamsey a ɛsɛ yɛn nsuo no aban saa wɔtuo no nneɛma bɛn ɛna ɛwɔ mu ɛno nso ɛho nsunsuansoɔ no ɛte sɛn. Now depoliticizing this galamsey menace anwumbre because I've said until say you be depoliticize this galamsey menace there you be window dressing at the end of the day we will not solve the galamsey problem because obo obi tri so share obi ketene sa chinchene a on solve galamsey menace because of sin so any aye dikadika e kum Ghana adihye bia say yenso na even yet tempo say eye enuaba a ifra asase mercury start kum no eye scary edunti say ba say ye approach a ye de be solve sa de na we should not politicize this thing because politicians in there we amount for tiago mountain so a was say wo call a demonstration against galamsey no na one sankrofo na bi nkrofo so nam eye nkra say ka kire nkrofo say mo right say mo so mo be ye adwuma na mo adidi so we support you say mo be ye enema aboye no we will not solve the problem if this is the way we want to go. I'm happy say ebinom etu anamon say yenye a political approach to this galamsey issue and I think some measures are buying Ediabano yenina support. I would have wished say enka soldiers are equal grounds no omonfre eye organized labor mpanyimfo no na wonfa wontra se car mo se boat mo se den se play mu no omote omonfo omonka ho bi na omonko grounds na omunyina nhwe se we are trying to solve this problem. Yen media for ayete eye radio ni TV omonfa bi nka yenina yen grounds na yen say we are solving this problem. Maybe Kofi Boache na oye Ashanti Regional Police Commander. Edu bia na robbery ekoso na media. The way a omutu anamon bia na yeti radio so na yeke kan se me yi e na oye say anajo. Media for na yeti radio so na TV so aye sorry aye bo police for so anajo omo call patrols enti wo pepa wa ye ready come and join them. I wanna who say microphone and then the so and different. So sometimes say be so your core grounds will be near who those people are deeper what they also go through and maybe will also be circumspect in what they are saying. But and you brain about your for now say that dispassionately yes how we resolve and solve this galamsey menace no na me can say look Ghana ha ye nyatwem Engrophobia, I know. Homobedi matem people engrophobia and they, mischievous, wicked agenda SND videos, SND pictures. Lawyer cry, no cry, galamsa, semi account, no cry, galams doing very well. Said in their own publication, nowhere, and omobo me din say me galamse. Almost share. Continue sharing. Me wa nkrofo a moye awudifo a galamsey their grounds they are out there down there destroying our water bodies. Nyatwem na ewo no ye nyaya we will never solve this problem. Obi bie ni ho a se oti radio so oti TV so to say meti hey. Obetimi aka say in this political game and our political context and our politicians no a campaign say the outcome say party biba win obi ni wa say eye radio say eye television say eye puppet na obi gina ho a o preach say nipa kro no ye leader of organized labor and also ye leader of whatever institution you tag name it whatever institution obi bie ni ho a obetimi claim say oye neutral. Insult me, I don't care. But say nobody say yeti radio, say yeti television, say ye preachy ewo puppets, say ye leadership of any organized institution, organized obi bia ewo political interest. Because at the end of the day, so we till come na wo bo enyom na wo di asa weni agye. Here then people know where you belong. Say yeti radio me ameti hey. I just say obi a onim me. I cannot pretend say me a neutral because I'm not neutral. And I say it publicly. Say I am not neutral. Don't judge me say me because me can't say me a neutral. I have my allegiance. I've said say I strive to be objective. Objective in the meaning say be man people need 5 minutes. I have to give NDC need 5 minutes. We are good to go. That is how I see it because I am not neutral. What you want also the way neutral or more sports program or more gospel music. So more then obia will say or better say either party A or party B and a win. Don't pretend to be neutral. And when you say organized labor say you call demonstration, you call strike. Now abandon the roadmap paba. Now what transfer who say roadmap we are there be. Yesu say ye nyina etai ekyire supporter. At least ye betimi aboa ma yenso no a ania edikadika ne betimi atie ni a. Now say enu nyina echi no chenchene a obi nko striker. Say doctors, medical doctors, nurses, drivers, and I say carpenters, and I say whatever. Say omu ejai adia abansi obeye. So omu mfa ho still now omu beko striker. What else are we seeking? Apart from say what political interest. Say sadia na ye ma so kuha e won kran no say enka o man no nyina embra to a standstill. Ema will be political advantage. So therefore, even if organized labor mposi ye nyanko strike, and then of course others must push such yanko strike because it feeds into a political agenda. We should not pretend say neutral because we are not. We belong to families. Our friends and obi any baby cry. So let's stop pretending to be neutral. Na yen Ghana won say ultimately Ghana and ye nyina ye future. Ye nyina e collective responsibility. Say ye behwe say the aye ne the aye nye e be boa Ghana na Ghana nso so adiye. Edenti ya anya ne sa na ye ma ye interest, political interest. Edi enima ya hwe ni ye a at the end of the day yentimi n2 anamo was here to edeboa Ghana. So we leadership of any institution or any organization now few say because of where you belong and I say because of motivation bia a push unti opeso ye bibia come clear, come clean. Let's see it. Let's stop pretending because we are not neutral. We are not. Wow, be send the text message abreme. I'm a kind of, you are not neutral. You know where your interest is. My father, may God save his soul, he always told me, I'll say, look, nobody can pretend to be neutral. Also with television, 2 boxes. Ebia omu free Mexico, Brazil, and airborne boxing. Obia and Ghanaian. You don't have any friendship with anybody. The moment you switch on your television, 2 people are fighting at boxes. The fact said 2 people about boxing no. Ultra TV no end 2 minutes. Your allegiance will switch senka bako o expect say on winning. Also namna ko to senko komienu e for whatever reason, the instance a woman no ubehwe now expect say enka akoko wait me e win fight na nka win aje. Football match, you may not belong to any of the 2 teams. You may not know any of them. Also with TV na yebo match na share match in the bare 3 minutes. Ube won say allegiance or say one team and win over. That is the human instance in us. So let's stop pretending say we are neutrals. We are not. We have an interest. The good thing is that our interest should not supersede the interest of the larger collective interest. And that is no any year. So we also for our interests are no problem. But we preach we di atemni nyina no. Obi onim wonim say our interest. Because party bi ba It favors your family. Ujina or popita or can sema is why wouldn't himself within you wish say party be embra because of a beer. Ubi or what party be there or there you and us say be our can't. That is an interest. Let's stop pretending. If we stop pretending and we want to be objective, we can solve the problems without any problem. So who send the message Abba Maka say who send the message Abba say ube DMPP ni ube DNDC ni me on my program I will not read it because when I will send the Abraham who neutral or political interest contribute to the program. Yenya nice discourse. That's fine. But don't pretend say we a neutral bystander being I will send him message because you care so much and you know that is not neutrality. That is interest. So let's stop pretending and do our best for Ghana and Yumbre. Memayina Akwaba. Jumade said the medical can. We look at the strike and organized labor say wobeko. Ebidie oyeno eye demonstration and also cry no issues and honsensem. Where do we go from here as we prepare towards December 7 general election? Kessben. Akwaba. Abom to say. Boko boy there chain. I think comedy. O my can on there.
Afide maso.
Do busu afo ho ye.
Na me adom bia ho ye. Na campaign so o say for the first time come about show so me
o there ye go come.
So far so good. I think say momentum is on our side.
Okay.
Na your campaign nso dwumadi a yedi ene nkoma yedi nso na ekoye. As we speak, ora Samra Baumia wa Ashanti region. Ora Baumia e Bono region. And the running mate Napo and so Eastern region.
Okay.
TUC AKP the president very busy, which I think say was for good reasons. Into no so any dear. And I can so you go so dear. General Secretary and Yabre operations back and forth. And I believe say from the way I near see kono. Ye juma dear ye na say your pieces so get in touch with the people very well. That's will be brighten the corner. There is no doubt. Say in 8 weeks' time, your Abana MPP will be declared the winners. Now Uraba Omia Abe the next president of Ghana. A year January 7th, 2025.
Okay, your name was Honorable Ambrose Ashia Amwa, who is National Communications Team member of the NDC. I hope NCBI Ebekano Ewo Studios as we dialogue for Ghana. Now, Yembra now His Excellency the Vice President within a birthday. Now I saw messages and I'm for best wishes, praise and all that. Now what we should know. Of course you also expect other people to also you know, and so we wish him the best of opportunities, wish him blessed and the best. May God continue to bless him, keep him and give him strength to do a kind of things he's doing in the interest of Ghana. Yeah, that's the birthday man. Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Baumia, 61st birthday.
On his birthday, no launch the Citizen app, no?
Yes, Citizen app. But because of this Galamsey thing, we didn't even talk about the Citizen. But it's one of the brilliant ideas as a nation, a proper foundation for our progress. And
yeah, that's fantastic because for most of the services Ghana for require no. Bibia as a viewer might say we just baby. But the citizenship app no a one-stop shop for all those things. And I think say moving forward, these are some of the things Ura Baumia can wasem. Say Ghana for Ura Baumia present a way into the future, as Ura Mahama presented a way back into the past. Ura Mahama Baumia presented digitization. Ura Mahama was saying kete. What I say? If you didn't kai or no dream about giving them skills, no be dream say or more pants. So the difference is quite clear. This said your one I say on the for kakra ubenyana and this 70 until Ramahama. Until you would see a year rabba or mian in some kaye, yes, your quaran, some uncle for can. Omakana mammy said in tia, omojisi or metra baramu rabba. The first one, a positive continuity. So omojisi say on mine be able 2.8 years is not enough. 8 years now, yes, a sa buying piano. It may be right 28 can be or say NDC or more manifesto. To a buy from our projects. And that was amply visible when NDC was in power. In Ashanti region, Project Bain and NDC inherited or movie, not even one. What I say? That should tell you, says, so opposite development, a cost continuity, no, here. There won't be, there be a abandoned projects. Then, of course, abandoned projects, no. But now, the change of government, our neighbor. For instance, a January 1 project, I shall say, Ramahama say, I can say, unreasonable, or say, too ambitious. Now, I can be unreasonable, and say, you can't send him. Now, they are sending him no opportunity. We don't say, so this Kabaka Gushim. After you try and one, or pay 2 minutes, or say, oh, after a bar, or better, or more dear. Such a person cannot be trusted. The other thing I'm for council here, the both solutions are, or the two on them, and then some are why the name why you just say, name papa, any moving forward. Mama, just 2 examples. I brought car credit rating as now NDC for every day. So with my phone, we're trying to get it. But NDC is so manifesto some credit scoring.
Okay.
I didn't know I'm already killed. No. Ebio, you can't gold purchase program as him. NDC for can say me break. But on my bridge manifesto, page 61, I shall also be continue with the gold purchase program. It's the idea. No, say nipa no the idea ni buy no. Say what did you say idea, papa? And say nipa then I'm on implementing the idea. Me am the idea ni buy. No just out the idea as it tell me. The point is that there be. And these are some of the things that Nkofoka. The last one, the accountability and leadership. Say, Osho Rabba for the last 16 years. I say, even don't pen as some current doing as I acquire papa did the news idea. Now, Pedro didn't comfort him. Same cannot be said of Mr. John Mahama. That is one. And on issues of accountability, if corruption is a major issue in Ghana, that's a deal with corruption. Now, the 13 aspirants here, is John Mahama the right person to fight corruption? What I say, what doing these things, why it gives you a fair impression, say, yeah, we could consider Mr. Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is well positioned for a year presidency and a Jumana a day anymore. And like I said, he represents the future, and Mr. John Mahama represents the past. Maybe on issues of accountability, Mr. Mahama, wouldn't say, and maybe a free anchor. No program be Frederick Herbert's Foundation, a program on rethinking governance. Or Kasembi, or say every issue on corruption, be a BCBiano, it is related to party financing. Oko elections, and also the works of Professor H. Prempeni Adesa, party financing is a big issue. Eti Wako elections to a Lucy, overcall third one. On top of that, was just a 4-year term, four-year term. It's a problem with fighting corruption. I said, "Many senior did damage till last one." Sorry, and that is what John Mahama presents. It's a maybe I'm program and I said, "Don't get NDC for start HA positions." I wasn't surprised. That tells you, say NDC under John Mahama, if he is given any chance, unfortunately, Ghana is dead because 4 years, on my intent for accountability, beam. It's here Ghana for your bar. These are things I call campaign. These are things for more reason. Mahama perceived or actual. He's the only flag bearer among the 13 people who are directly or indirectly. He can be associated with corruption. And I think that these are things that Ghanaians are very much concerned about.
Dr. Kessben Owusu-Poku is a executive director, Liberal Institute of Policy Studies. He speaks for the new Patriotic Party strategic communicator. Honorable Ambrose Asha Amwa is a national communications team member of the National Democratic Congress. Honorable Ambrose Memoakwaba, your mic, can you put it on for me? I hope to say.
Nyansambua kwa nyametiasi.
Edobadi asi.
Mojidi mapase onso moye.
Obadi ado boko ya.
Edanyamiasi. Mimi anso mema yashishia. Fantastic.
That's great. Okay. Now I know sir political parties, with 2 months or so to elections. You're going round campaign, air course, and all that. We are coming to the main issues. What's going on the grounds in terms of campaigning?
Mami infa kwenya wesu na mentia atiefo ne ahwefo nyina na ye na nyame asese waye mo na moja edi mu afurusane. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampanya say Nyankopon ya adom na Ghana for ya adom a January 7 2025 obesan betina aban akonwa so say mampanyini na wasan tenetene Ghana bio baby ame papa wo bia no mechia ni sisi a wo Savannah region ho baby Professor Anana Jenupoko Ajuman mi ame maami ono so me man good evening ono Eastern region sisi a na me papa General Sidun Ketia ewo Bota regional ye konkodin se Nyankopon ya adom a asania Nana Akufo-Addo ni baomia ama Ghana aje ensrepeni mpatakui NDC amanyuko a omampanyi John Dramani Mahama ehim ye franka no nkunimdie beba ama bibia nso atumi aye kama me ba na minu no de ensem bi tudwa 2016 na me ye candidate parliamentary candidate ma NDC o Upper Dencha West na me sanso ye DC o Upper Dencha West na ohwe adwuma ye ne entro ne anasesemo a NDC fo ekuchire bebiri egu omampanyi Dramani Mahama so a Ghana fo bi gidiye bi anasa na wo se ye ntie ma aban sesan ye NPP aman ba ye enya mfie makoma nwotwe ya ne sa yesi eja na be kire banji suban na da ponjirani nso be wuo ni be hu ne tenten na se minu yi ka proya asemo a ogusu bo omampanyi John Dramani Mahama din kire pepe se MPP fo eni hwe ka se Nana Akufo-Addo ameye mampanyi na council ke bia nke be ka se he was the best president Ghana never had, but nyame nchaade Nana Akufo-Addo abeye mampanyi na yehu eba MPP for record ke ta se share proye dwirimu ne kankan ya aban bia ma ya wo wia Ghana fo sika asisi Ghana fo afa ye japade abusuya chafa ti se MPP amanyuko ya ewo hoyi tembia ya na me kase se MPP ni bi kase omampanyi John Dramani Mahama ye corruptor onhwe ne chi ansa ne waka esan se Ghana mra e o setimi ye adwuma kanse mra no kire se so obi ye mampanyi na oye bibia etese corruption ya anye bi ofiri aban akonwa so a mfie miensa edi akire ntem ne yetimi de ni gina simpie so na oman no busa no mi busa mi nu MPP ni se eba ne sei na obi anko ye corrupt sa wote ha wo ka no muntimi mfa no nkogina simpie so se bia ye hwe aso ana se de kwa akwakohia emra so oba be di mfie nan ya he will still be accountable or say obedi mfie 90 onya accountable obedi mfie nan mpo na owie mpo a sani America no wodi boni bia yebetumi atwena so nti sa asem no aminu ane kan ye no enye sa na mra no ka ezan so obedi mampanyi mfie nan na mfie miense we na chiri ti se de medi kan no wode ne sa for oman ni sika na obo oman no kro no a wo se mra no timi ni di okay nti se mra no timi ni na ni mra wotwami ya untimi kan kire Ghana for se John Mahama e corrupt sense no di dware John Mahama enya de be fa ba de ade ba kwa na me kan se emra ya ade emre nso be sama nkunimdi ama NDC bio kanso ewiase afa na nyina proye ne ketahye kankan ye dwiri mu kese susudua ba ko a ye gitumpa aye the corruption perception index Brahma mpanyi John Dramani wo ho no de onya ya na ewo fam kra na ye wa hanchichemu aduana miensa wode toto wa ha ho a sa wa hanchichemu aduana miensa ye 43% ya na enye ma omampanyi John Dramani Mahama na ban no kra no MPP bai eno ni omo de modern ma o mabo pa for the past 4 years minu Kessben mo gina 43 horse e kire se ketasehye ne pra ni dwirimu die afuno mo a mo di mo akotini bebere kura enti you see oh bon ko fu obi dine no ka ho it's not bad so obi ya de ya wose mra no ni di ba kan se won ade ba ko a mmere se aban bia ba ni se obeta ta the opponent mo ba ye ze mo ntimi mfa mo ban mu nipa bia nko gina court se why corrupt mu ni agugudu a mo de be ye sa ade anya bia yɛwɔ appointees ana obi a no yɛ appointee o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama aban mu a wɔno ankasa na ka se nhwehwɛ di mu a yɛde ne kɔ afiase me pɛ sɛ mebodin akai na busuafoɔ yaw endi so mampanyi John Dramani Mahama yɛ corrupt a sɛ ntimi nkɔ so wo pɛ sɛ wo kyerɛ sɛ wonya corrupt a wa ankasa wa ban mu mpanyifo mu wie sika no wa ankasa ma attorney general in respect of article 88 of the 1992 constitution wɔn fa wɔn nkɔ court me nhwɛ ade
okay
enti deɛ mo ka gu John Mahama ho fi deɛ mo ka sɛ na nkɔfoɔ to abatia no 2016 no council 2024 me say eja akyerɛ banki suban nyaade a ɛbɛfa
okay
sɛ yɛ ba power na yɛhyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛ implement operation recover all loot nyoma ma wie nyina na yɛhyɛ aseɛ sɛ yɛ gye a ɛne ɛbɛhunu mpanyinfo ɛwɔ Ghana obi abɔbrɛ yɛ ba power nso a obi a ɔbɛyɛ project ahyehyɛ ne dwiri mu ɔwɔ mampanyi John Dramani Mahama aban mu bia nso no aban no so bɛ try no ɔnyɛ no moamoahyeɛ te sɛ deɛ momo yɛ nanti kansa edu mi bi a abato mu nsensem yɛ nka ne kɛse
okay
kasa yɛ ka nyina ne yɛ wahwɛfo mo hwɛ ne a obu ha ɔsere ɔka ɔno anasɛm ɛwɔ ne tirim yɛse akokɔ ne se ɛwɔ ne yam dane duru hɔ a ɛne yɛ bɛhwɛ yɛ deɛ yɛ ka ne sɛ ɔmampanyi John Dramani Mahama di kan bebu ɔman no ɔne Ghana fo di ni yi anye bia emre akyere
okay
a yɛsrɛ sɛ ɔmonya yɛ moa bio na yɛnsan megina aban anwa simpie no so na yɛmfa Ghana entu anamon a ɛbɛma yɛ nyina ahotɔ abayafa
Honorable Ambrose Asha Amoa and I will share no enumbre utie no enumbre
mpacho edini yɛ amoa ahyia
Amoa Asia. Oh, okay. Producers, take notes. Amoa Asia, not Ambrose Asia. Amoa Asia. Correct it so that those who are watching us will know the person we are referring to. Enumbre Punch, and I will share our Kessben television. I will also live on Kessben radio. You are watching us live on all the social media handles. We live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube and all other, social media handles. Just send us a WhatsApp message on 0551 59993 0551 59993. Send us a text or a WhatsApp message on this line so that we can have meaningful conversation. I've said, insults now send there. Don't waste your credits or your data because you know me. I will not call somebody. The person will drive from his or her house, leave the husband, leave the wife, leave the food. Obekona nedwiane after 10. Nedwiane say now no betra say oba contribute. Will not send me message now contributor. Your only contribution is to just send a message to insult the person, and you insult me by expecting me to read your insult. I have a Kessben television. We don't do that. So if your text is insult, don't waste your credit because I will not read them. Contribute meaningfully and we'll have a national discourse. Okay. Yeah, told you my dear. So now watch a very, very interesting week. Why? Because demonstrations shall see from a democracy hub. After the demonstration, some people were arrested, some were detained. This week some have secured bail, others are still in there because the court refused to grant bail. There were subsequent demonstrations against the arrested individuals and the continued detention of them. Those demonstrations were very peaceful, no eventful issue relating to those demonstrations. Then organized labor served notice of its intention to embark on demonstration, strike, and then the government engaged organized labor. The government brought out a roadmap seeking to address some of the concerns raised by organized labor. Pursuant to that engagement, eventually, it is organized labor as a was suspend one strike. Now beko ebinum enti omo as omo for zestela also omo eco strike. Okay, so we look at that. Abai TUC, organized labor, look at government response, any deployments, I shall say, any the impact and all that. Then we'll come to related matters. But Mamefa Adewe into lest I forget. Now, Judicial Council Association of Judges and Magistrates, and we issue statement. One statement and they say, now will condemn the comments and the conduct of Nkrofo or Tigu Montenso say warrior demonstration and I say oyechere against Chief Justice sending pennyphobia because Osusu say anti-LGBTQ plus whatever nekeka ho nyina bill no a kopie e Supreme Court no Chief Justice say delay assem no enti wo ye ho demonstration led by of course honorable member of parliament Sam George, but the judicial service and judges and magistrates association for one concern and say no cry or person Ghana for nyina ehu a what tie say the case is not ripe for hearing at the Supreme Court because the parties na nkasa were parties to the suit ebia also file the necessary processes file, so the case is not ripe for hearing. And there you mo say whole member of parliament who names that way na odi omanim echo ASR demonstration. Me when I watched the videos na papa ba kwa na odi animu na yepewe sema na oka I record unprintable. Of course, Vanda platform there to me boss I watched it and I laughed. V-mates. And I was asking myself, say, yeah, V-mates. I was asking myself, say, so the whole demonstration, what was the motive? If Supreme Court, the case itself is not ripe for hearing, Chief Justice is not on the year court demonstration for what? Apart from say per se court demonstration, that's answer na the canon. A per se canon amount for recording. What was the motive? Anyway, so that is why Judges and Magistrates Association for President Pesa Ghana for TSA case any ready for hearing. So the Chief Justice cannot purport to fix a date for hearing of something that is not ripe or ready for hearing. As simple as that. As for demonstration, we have a right to demonstrate, but this is just putting across what they have said. Now back to the issue of Kessben, Dr. Kessben mentioned say in free or now organized labor say was suspend on strike, intended strike because of enkitahudia wone abandi any anamoa abandi egu akwam say will resolve that issue. Good news, isn't it?
It is. But a very, very quick one. I think some facts must be laid bare. Now, I think sometimes issues, but we need to follow through the whole story. When him say, I think the issue not was Kasura Muhammad on when Pakujna court. No, that was Jida, Asi Betani Abugapili. Am I right?
You are making the point.
No, I'm saying, am I right? Is that the case? Then
if you want help, yes,
that was the case. Bepacho, there's a story dated 19th June 2015. The court threatened 19th March 2015. Judge threatens to force closure of case because no case in Ukraine na prosecutor sema. Na mama. No, beba to was it. No, what can I say? Or say Muhammad will be kojina court. I'm not denying that. But when him say unya kojina court, that doesn't mean say case has been determined. We play antics and then the case at watching.
No, but why then do you send the person?
Good. Just only said the politics of the case around the time, and they do something to represent something. No, because it's easy to taunt wow but also it's a lot about corruption and how we fight corruption. It will be so you're very big grandstanding. We yet said we BB. Salawa say even I may fight him in Crawford. But case in court, you never showed any interest. Fast forward in 2018. Maybe me say that case I court I at watching. And then me say a judge was threatened, so about 2 cases actually. But so get this point. The story is dated the year 11th March 2015. Justice Asari Botwi, in the court. Fast forward, NPP by in 2018 we were able to secure a judgment. And maybe you know issues of corruption. NPP only said that narrative.
Maybe some criminal case. a republic versus the accused person.
Exactly.
So when the two of you continue to say,
you try to own it.
President and us are buying a what prosecute Obia. Because the prosecutorial powers of the Attorney General is derived from, as you already said, Article 88 of the Constitution.
But see, the same issues are no more raising. Ahead of 2008, they are the anti. Mu benya opportunity 8 years, not a single fly within MPP. What I say, and then must be prosecuting successfully, not even one.
No point that I may person be making is that the two of you know, and post 2009, 2012, 2016, 2018, you got 2020 election, you got 2024 election. Moment to be discussed and near more buying bit me.
No, we're coming there. No, it was just like 30 seconds. Maybe around Pesame. I thought oh, but I thought some can be mass now.
But I was expecting that we'll make progress.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like your drift. Very, very important because say politics now, you know, say you're progressive and the reason why Abuga Pele case, especially, and say, Oman Penny John Dramani, Mama Nankasa, and a call for the investigation to be done by the BNI. Yes,
that is actually not true. According to Evose Fianca, that's not true. What you're saying is not true. What you're saying is not true. According to Evose Fianca.
And the council said, sir, on mine in a day case in the court, and our year, and I just want prosecutor, and then I say Attorney General, offer and only prosecutor. The Okai, no need a missy or court, and I say, Daddy say, Monia,
antics and Amoya,
me pacho, and I have one
antics and but it's also not ethical.
The entire Bible says, antics now refer to if you're the case, prosecutor a prosecutor duty say obe prosecute the case. That not the case.
Yes,
that's
on prosecutor you
Etubana be kase o kase o do bi akokota dem be kase be kan say the fact so do bi akokota does not ipso facto mean say you show commitment to corruption and fighting corruption. It's as simple as that.
Ma ban yi ba yi one na ya suspect say why krono keta say dwumu ni kan ya Monya kukudo na ko gina court a Akufo-Addo on clear no
on say asem ya kan kwa say you are one no Akufo-Addo one also onye prosecutor wo se mahama nye prosecutor wo se mahama nye prosecutor
anyamia
oh lawyer
kan se na make his appoint no
good eti wo se nyama wanu akotu article 88 Akufo-Addo article 88 Akufo-Addo
this is why I want us to
let's make on messy issues no
okay yeah
yes
back to yes
let's say first and foremost yenina I think say we've done a great disservice as a country. The Galamsey and Semi, I want to have a bit of a historical background. Then my point can be premised well. Us at
and no 10 minutes.
10 minutes
maximum. Okay, so I'm watching 10 minutes.
1st December 2011. There's a video Al Jazeera interview Professor Mills where he was lamenting say in so no it's not home. Fast forward. Okay, Abraham Nado eba baimu a year 2017 January. There's a story dated a year 28 February 2017. Story in the title, or say Ghana may import water over Galamsey EPA. Miss Nipanyano Kasania Freno Carl Fiati on an EPA boss. Me person quote no kind or say we anticipated this problem long time ago. That is going to come to a time when we continue the way we are going as a country. We are going to destroy all our water bodies and import water for drinking. As at that time, in the same story, now 2016 August, not Tebi water treatment plant, they are closing it down. Ghana Water Company are closing it down. And the main idea we say we need to fight Galamsey. And I think it was a good fight. Now, from 2017 to 2019, you never can crack as Ghanaians. We saw some successes. So if Kwadisina entirely, we saw the successes. The question is, a dynasty all research works are the politicization of the fight in 2020. And what will be the loud silence of civil society and any or more partisan positions almost take here are divided the front of the fight no and the baby drew And we led ourselves into an abyss all the way through. Now, politicization, no, when him say, the Biana Mekan, Naminanum be so there be dark campings in Galamsey. Lawyer no crap. But at the point of crime, Nipa Bakatino pits no. What him say, Nipa no Nenkocho be from. What's the point of pits him, Nani Panabano one volunteer, the campaign Nidia, and our amount of information who should be prosecuted. Nami pay 2 minutes, me say, oh, media sanko for na me your money na. What I'm doing is say, I'm emboldening them to still do what they do. It's any part of the way you know we are, what campaign no. Now the person knows how to fish, or go back into the pit and do even worse. Now the person will be working for himself and require bedding. It's a moving forward. And MSCC in 2020, I know big Ora Kwakubahe, NDC then Deputy Communication Director. Could also Obama of Galamsey, on Bekoso. Ya to abanu ya almost amrano. Ye nya Ora Pepra, concerned small scale miners, a president. What contest NDC regional youth organizer 2 times in Ashanti region. Oh, coach now was say Galamsey, Ghana beto Galamsey. Now ya to Obama Bahama almost amrabak. Na do peso Galamsey. And these were videos we all saw it. But how many of us were bold enough to even criticize him? And that's where civil society failed us. That's where TUC, that's where all suffer for, Imam for, failure. All of us failed ourselves. Yankasa, it's a two so sad, we went down the abyss. And let me say this point. Lawyer, mine in sense me cause I'm saying sense me cause MPP for whom, NDC for whom, CPP for whom, PNC for whom, ASO for whom, Imam for whom, media for whom. We know the problem.
Media anywhere home.
No, no. I'm just saying. No, not the time.
I said that.
No. I know that. Oh, I said. The okay. Manasa de koyen. Or say who aligns it. Maybe come on, we get Galamsey. It's a one more Galamsey.
Because there are people who are mischievously sharing that way to suggest me crime.
And see, my point is, okay, the way I problem it's here now. Edding. So because the people back could be now. Already even Professor Frimpong watching reports now. On page 13, on implicating and being this for you now. That people ban a paragraph 5 from Guania Bandis in the MP no Wasa East no. Also my oil mine or Subri Forest no. And this is bottom of a paragraph says some MP from Quedin. It is the politicization of the fight that led us into this abyss. You never can cry will be with Magas MP from Kwane Galamsey. Obiaso no obeta send this from kwaso Galamsey. Na obey anim no na obusa ho say sa ntokoya asese ye queen ka strike ya na mpanifo so mbekui. Me busa am say how does strike solve Galamsey problems? I think say they had a genuine concern, but their modus operandi wasn't the right way. It's me they said now they've been able to force a certain agreement between Omoni Aban. I say na Aban say first a year politicization to solve it no. All political parties should sign a pact. Pact nature say, Obeko fa a year, yenuanum 13 years almost be up as a presidency. Nana do about 3 months pay. It will force another strike, nana do if you are buying we are. After that, Yamban said Kadonkwa be president. No person better Galamsey fight, so I didn't have no. But once you sign a pact, no, you commit everybody to it. After when you a situation, Emma a year Mustafa Bande could just say the bomb because what to. More on so video no. And it's a very recent. We came. Unya situation number kwakubu ansan ko tell you TV say jumadi odima NDC ani so e na obesa ko Galamsey pitma ko campaign bi you get that now you are able to hold Mr. Mahama, you are able to hold Dr. Baumia and all the other presidential aspirants to book because ma sign a pact say beto aso it's all ko Galamsey side not ko campaigner ko focus say how ba be dada because so ba no ka say ba ko akra no ka say foforo and that is what NDC has been doing and what will be that politicization, no, it weaken the fight. Ebio, mami making this point. No government can win this fight without the support of the community. Mine in the courtroom. Mama, a classic example. You know one wago. Abadan ko ford nantwe ko tete omo. Kroman fo nya akabo omo nantwe no moy. Because so many nje ho. Adana Galamsey dey still na mo fight ya na enye yi. Because Kroman fo they are benefiting from it. On to say benya opinion leaders. Our master aka so mo mpene so. They be koso. Mam use mampon as an example. Nana, that's a building I mean shout. I am fully in art to say that's a bre and agogo hine and the late offense so hine. Ka Galamsey kenye problem bi. That's no gold be blood to be possible. You can tell as I say flat because you see good. But so over his dead body because he's thinking about his people. It's him for better make just omuni to me, no more there, and no more concession. Constitution is a one assassin there.
But by the laws of Ghana, all mineral deposits are vested in there.
The mineral deposit
presidents
is vested
on behalf of the people,
which is true. But assassin mineral deposit is
but assassin, but the mineral.
Matter to me, because only can say mineral any dia. But assassin any dia. It must assassin don't bend touch then away.
But if once a mineral is found, the was surface rights, but mineral ananka say was I did two in one year man. Because the Minerals Commission, Emma will be a small scale mining license. Says I damn her. What to me a proper legal mining. Na oba. We don't to mean because I would do cocoa and
because you do cocoa, I know assassin and Nadia.
We have family land.
But point I mean making it say when the people are willing and the people are not willing, so need now make a difference. Nonsense social contemporary. It took the youth, to go and drive away miners. Galam say for.
Okay, Galam say fine.
That's the point I'm making.
Legitimate miners.
That's the point I'm making. But legitimate mining crowd with a concession. I don't believe say I am for any stake in it.
They have. They do.
Exactly. Two men me pass. Every time sign by man sign here. So your concession is not complete. And also, at the point I'm making is say the community has a stake. What I'm saying in all my studies, me who say a year Amibia I win a fight against rebels that. Rebel 22 immediately a civilian. That is how the Galamsey fight is. It will call Galamsey community so could be muda. Ujna a year kwan was one small boy be as on fashion Uchem afraid or move about.
Okay.
And I did my counsel Sahara and say the entire fight was compromised. Obi also president was executive authority, which is true. And for executive authority, also show leadership. Also show leadership. But Obi also know with Makati said John Mahama is not a leader in his own right. Obi with Makati I have for any leaders. I saw for any leaders. But you never brighten your corner. That is when this fight will be successful. No. But when you have a year other leaders, directly or indirectly, saying things that encourages a mining, illegal mining, I mean, then just say with my winning such a fight.
Okay.
My point remains, first, no government is going to be able to win this fight.
Look at this. This is an evil act. Mining obia ni obema peme se koyesa mine. But
we so ko ho so kwa kotina. Na so just what say oh na we this evening
no but we should obia all this adwuma we no the party semba msesen.
Exactly. That's what maybe Ora Jowa is kwa say people omo 18 so no. They should shoot and kill them. Me on my extreme position I supported it. No, me say on my extreme position because o man is can me nibi. But en so no we dia. But just for clarity. Because I was saying no. Oh yeah, no,
that's an evil act. But
no, that's not evil.
The proper.
What I say? But I think, sir, moving forward, two things.
Well, look at this.
No government can win this fight, except say community na mind in Kumu, unless they support the fight. So community name Peninsula, a buying biado be found executive authority purpose. Na military for me do say. And then you know. Yeah, also,
last point because
your prison system. Let me quite holding power 1 million. So if you have about 6 million people thinking the way of Kwekuba here, how do you expect to solve this fight? Okay, politicization here. Young force it use Emma Obiamra, young signing our pact, no, and then what's now that will show the seriousness of the strike and numbers of.
I'll come back to you, Dr. Kessben Bedasi in your brain. Dr. Kessben Owusu-Poku, Executive Director, Liberal Institute of Policy Studies, and Yumbre speaks for the new Patriotic Party, and I will share no Kessben Television. Honorable Ambrose Amwa Ashia, that's correct. National Communication Team member of the NDC. Honorable, you have got 10 minutes.
Council, we have a very interesting position on the issue of small scale mining.
Okay. No, maybe the small scale mining. I think say
illegal small scale mining.
Illegal small scale mining.
No, you're illegal small scale mining.
No, what you can have illegal
mining,
even underground mining, illegal small scale mining, illegal. You can even have
illegal large scale mining,
farming.
Yes.
Anyway, but
so
also most
whatever you do contrary to law becomes illegal.
Anyway, but because also most they use small scale mining to represent the
may have said
just to prevent the confusion.
I don't care. The point is that you may be small scale mining and just necessarily no I'm saying.
That's a fact.
If we go beyond the remit of Adena man or Obi I say command no cause so say or command the fact so cross small scale license.
Doesn't mean I'm saying
that's the point.
So I say we driver's license now over speedy.
Let's separate which is small scale mining and I'm saying. Yeah.
Let me shall say.
Yeah, you shall say.
Me war a position on politics and governance.
Okay.
My joint chairman say, Amanyosema ye nyina no, ni nyina ejina social contract so. I'm a student of political science, and me believe in the social contract.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, and my joint chairman say, from 2012 to 2016, social contract na NDC are buying one on Ghana for airing no bill during the 2016 elections. Ebi na social contract e Ghana for sign 2012 ebane yentimi eni su yenti Ghana for twen yaso intimity asese imagine kire me say galamsey hu sobo ne galamsey hu tansa nyina no yemfa mo na kufu ado ne ba omia ne MPP amanyuko esan say eyomo na Ghana for ne omo sign social contract first in 2016 second in 2020 say omo be ye de ye e de amagana for yi eba enforcement of the law ni honkeka ho a it is only the state that can do it on mining ko na betimi enforce our laws enti se bibi touchima e o galamsey hu sensemu a me de so bo ni nyina e bo aban de enti american say ni say me ba na o se emeye politicize issue no e be sit na yetimi aka say yem politicize no e wa bra o say o mine no e na etu ho na mo using the state apparatus and perhaps the use of force in some cases. Enti aban no ye bonus bo pa e ade a aban we galamsey aban. Aban ye galamsey aban. Let's make this point and make it clearly. Yen NDC for yentia small scale and as a large scale mining na emra ebon ho ban. Esan say o kan the Minerals and Mining Act of 2006 ya. Ema ho kwan say ye betumi atu afoma gudie ene ho koka ho a Ghana fo nso betumi ayebie ensi Ghana fo ho kwan NDC amanyokuo mining ene afoma gudie tuo no ade a ye nchire se wo ye no kwan papa ene emra kwan so a die ndi a ye nchire ni se emra no ade a ema ho kwan ya nwen so san kire se Ghana ni bi a waye na adwen so opese otu afoma gudie no oman no wo moa bia oman no fa moa no na Ghana ni nso ontu foma gudie na oniye ese anse wo no nso wo ye Ghana ni de yempene afoma gudie a yetu no nsuo mu ama nsuo a yebanu mpo eho akwa atwe de yempene afoma gudie a yetu wi a yenkata amna so ma nipa etomu awuo ena de yempen so ne se yemfarese ahodo e wo ho no yetu afoma gudie wo mu a yeni enua na ase yehwe ama enuoma aye basa ahase na mebo MPP aban no so bo na minua Kessben or reference Professor Frimpong Boatin na oye chairman ma interministerial committee on mining omo report wa omo yeye ma dwen kirem se sa report no na ya ade a emudo pa nka wo se aban ade adwuma o hwe report ni ma council nhunu pefe se NDC MPP amanyukuo wie no emu mpanifo eso yensa ase konsi ebeye yem ni ay galamsey o kan chapter 10 of that report no a ebo se John de Nyankopon fa nsi ebo Charles Osudin se omo de mining company bia na efe no Faso mining na omo ye galamsey power apa wasa forest reserve Charles Osu na odi yewra se John no director of operations of forestry commission Professor Paul Boatin say the
reason I normally don't interrupt, but you see, okay. I interrupt because see, Professor Frimpong Boatin report you bekaya a koya copy a special prosecutor Charles a ubonidi. No, yes, special Charles Owusu, yeah, or can I say? He was invited by the special prosecutor. Investigations were conducted. As far as I know, he has not been taken to court in respect of this. He is not here to respond to this. And I will call other pages or no from Pomboatina report and so a castigate against and so that's why I say if we selective about the report, it makes it very difficult.
No, Council deal with this. No, Council. Me chere bibia se a onte saa nneoma nyina eyede ekoso
because Frimpong Boateng akanti
ndabi mpacho se Frimpong Boateng sebe onye kwahwe aban bi a na owa aban ni mu a ebetimi aka se na asema woka ne ye ka no trasa
ndi ne okafa ndc we no kre
me pacho
no I just want us to set the base for
it ndc hu a enye no e wo se aban ne take action ntam ka se eba enforcement a e ya aban asede se obey enforcement. And you can be find this in the bin when ya a bind also or so between sign this in watching MPP near womb aso. So a bind tonight to no can is a good boa may bonus of boy say. Sir, council you can't let say na quiescence. What tonight to so own to an amobia, that's the point I'm making. The second over can say science in way in Attorney General because we need BBA or prosecute.
Because of fair from
Frimpong Boateng koye. Frimpong Boateng koye. Also we need BBA or prosecute. Council ma refuse and articulate it. Say Attorney General can one prosecute BBA obi ntumi enforce no. Ebia aban foforo ne betimi aba, obetimi de sa report we aye adwuma. Enye sa aye nim dwumadi a ekọ usima aba bedi. Yenim excavators ya eyira ye any hun sensem. Council men can we enye equalization. The American say saa nneoma nyina ekọ so. Anka wo sa aban otu anamo na otwe aso a wantu saa anamo no. Council the am here very passionate about this. My DC ida. Na be DC or upper Dencha West. Forest ya Frimpong Boateng ebo di upper wasa forest so wo korem a wo be fa di aso na wa korem. Me MPP for ba power. Me ko be na on more than 20 occasions about this forest because na allegation is say meaning forest in hu bi.
It was that allegation.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Me ko be na ye drum bi mo afra me ka chen say ona be afro bi wa mema. Because they felt there was nothing really then. I never knew anything.
That was why I was referencing from Frimpong Boateng. So the fact say Orona Akano in this was a wow. You have been a victim of that allegation.
No. Cancel Jahansa. Frimpong Boateng onye ni packet we bia.
It's a wake no
mba cho me ba.
We be do kind
yeah, hun wo TV so say Charles Bizu or the interview e kan sika. Untumi akwala andi no de man.
Yeah, mu video. Untumi so demand is on farmer.
Mba cho me ba. Man can't you say.
You the same program.
Me say.
No. We see.
No. Cancel.
Me person be ba wa said, but see when you start mentioning individuals or the opportunity to respond to what we are doing here, it becomes a problem. Because program no, or channel we let the retract and apologize. But we can do the discussion without mentioning names. That's the point I'm making. Video there. Me as a lawyer, I will never read this video, watch this video, and conclude this will be a correct because you need to see investigations about and with the raw videos. Because na digitalization be able to me no problem, but I just want us to have as for the time no problem. You have more time to talk. I just want us to situate our discussion.
These matters are matters of public knowledge.
Yeah.
Also, you're a lawyer and told your own honest, but the be a sign we leave it for the public to make their own judgment. As my can say, abiding to an amount of boy and say, Yanya the young Kuntia Galam. So you see, many other men before come and yes, a year Obia said yes, or see two and one I must see about Kuntia Galam. Yes, Ubenya moral support on Owen chain. Once I was in me and more Obia did so, many I can share now, but Kokubu Hindi. In this end, me and Kuntia Galam say, or Ghana ha. Kokubu ahintina yentumi anko ntia kala bato meba kokubu ahin nipa ba kupe we nti ne yentumi anko ntia kala
no okaso kokubu ahin is alleged say oye galam say would have stopped him
makaso campaign on kwasa advert on YouTube
so say obeko back akoye
kaza za video ni o si hu so what me media na o TV so
oh za
media na o TV so a video anacha bi su kan sika anas documentary.
Untumi so de ma
me kesi kana Charles Bisu can ma hu ne which television I join you see documentary no
want to me call Metro TV or say
man ka say want to me o me say
that want to say man and
and you want to be there
let's stop this and progress.
You got a point time so abawe omon ho modern but yen NDC for yeah can a very simple matter and only the abawe onye Nyankopon ya adom na Ghana for edom ye ne a ye ba be ban all issuance of new leases for mining in forest. Because council maintains say last year about where the LI buyer a man called Fugura forest him say young to galamsey of young mining or forest him. So you say under our laws no young to mean yes small scale mining
in a forest, yes.
But you bet me large scale mining
that is underground sustainable mining.
Yes.
And I don't know say then.
Yes, large scale mining. No. No, say large scale no. Enti nipa no tio say what the LI ne ba na nko fo ko wuram na ye na say forest no a.
O say for now at the same time no me ba. I just want us to situate. That's what I was saying.
Let me flow.
No, maybe Honorable, I will let you flow. My point is that.
That's why you interject me.
No problem. You have more time.
Okay.
Yeah, public education.
That's right.
Me because of media for no be so I can't want issues maybe by resolving it.
Okay.
Because what I said, I kind of clearly under the Mining Minerals and Mining Act, you cannot issue a small scale mining license to go and mine in a forest.
Yes.
And to be a bemano lease say onco forest na okoye large scale underground sustainable mining.
Exactly.
I just say EPA for emano entry permit.
Yeah, but I made that point.
I just say forestry for man entry permit. So on to me nye galamsey ewo forest.
Yes.
So when you say
it only provides guidelines on what you should
do. Forest.
I'm even surprised.
Yeah,
no. But I can't see the same report you are making.
Report there now, can you know?
From Bombatin.
Yes, the same report you are making.
And I line I didn't know.
Hey, friend is a Faso Mining Company Limited. Sir, a power staff forest reserve. Sir John, galamsey.
Oh, this I mean.
Yeah, but I'm trying to no, can't you have to assess some of this. I'm making clear points.
From Bombatin made allegation. People challenge him.
No, wait.
I don't want that to base our discussion from Bombatin.
No, me say, Ejuma no course. And the can say about
who evidence Ejuma course apart from Bombatin.
I was out for it.
You have
na me can be me free ban home na won yin ala.
And o ko bia na no na okrofo e ko kan say wo ye gala na no press wo ye gala.
Obi an kan say me ye gala am say.
Why were you there to Adebia?
I was called and asked if I knew about the forest.
Okay.
That was the Obi an.
All the times you went there you knew about the forest.
But you know how issues in BNI run.
That's the point I'm saying is let's be cautious how we could doing issues and
no. Cancel. Professor Rumon Boateng report a open document.
I'm sure you are so that's where you still
No, it's not as if that's where I want to go.
Okay. But
we are saying say amended the Minerals and Mining Act. Okay. Because the been to feel say punishment who might fight galamsey no and your punishment here I was run and say
really?
Yes, that's how we see it.
What are the amended act no?
I don't think I'm here. Up to 25 years.
25 years.
Yes.
Robbery. And now
cancel.
25 years.
Ni pass na chiom.
Okay.
I'm going to see Emmanuel. Ni pass na chiom.
People have been prosecuted. I don't have the number.
Obviously, you will not have the number. So the point is that you see, apply Mrani ye, you see a bar, NDC bar, you bear sakrai.
Okay.
Adeba kwa mehu amma galamsey akoso pa aban we afeli bako the processes of acquiring licenses at the local level person or small scale mining na what the publication beba assembly na ya publicize here for 21 days obi no wa assemby kan obeba obi ama you can go ahead and do the rest of the processes. The last time I kan na obeko processes makomako 14 mu ansa na wanya small scale mining license so nipa ni konya asase na ebedi ni be 4-5 years ansana when your license na hwa obeko no obi adia enya dia obeye paper obedi ni intended because as no competition won for 8 years there na ban we aya fon in the end this for see eba ye be decentralize the grant of licenses across the district offices of the Minerals Commission because ya dwen kire say process of acquiring license ni easier dia go for which me aye licenses ma omunso etimi aye adwuma ama omunsa aide akoma of course ye pese ye use graduates from Takwa School of Mines eta legal small scale miners etnity o adwuma. These are things we have not done. MPP ma Canada ba monye but as you see Me come in say ni bia ayana e bia wonye comfortable.
Oh no, me, so long as you don't mention individual.
No, me.
No, Indiana, no. No,
What could be 16? Me there I am commodity. Cancel ni me dey. No, you didn't come bebre.
Na 6 minutes.
No,
dog.
What could be 16?
David. Once cancel why enter.
5 minutes come man Kasano. But what could 16?
Let me make this one. Me no Kasa say so you ura me kuduka. Oye coordinator ma small scale mining ba me campaign mu. Last 2 weeks or me constituency. What shen ko fo kutu pass nya dia aban de nsa be kam na mo nko so amonye modjuba. Wo ko danger for the same thing o kan. Azen we yen kan ye organized labor almost strike no de aban we person ye ne say obesu otu ana mo a ebe so ne party for any because Professor Mpombo atu report here make Kenya o kan ya o si edru baby party for ne ka say Operation Vanguard adwuma no ha wo mo ntimi nya adwuma entina March 2019 Operation Vanguard redraw say na be party for benya kwan aye adwuma
me that's honorable
council party member and the BBT say community mining another avenue MPP aban we e dey galamsey but the fact of the matter is that da be na Ghana da yet is say ne nsukura aye nnom no mercury aye mu ma.
Okay.
Council, it should go to tell you the severity of the problem you are talking about.
Maybe that's I come back to your level.
Stability levels. Yes, you only home keka. There were times I said MP before, but I'm not listening to any ati.
Or 20 minutes and
no, don't worry.
Council, just what I say. Council, only me doing come any come already on work and one can be made there. They didn't come.
Oh, but it's all
and clearly, Council, the American say, to me, they are more man penny or Article 58. Make executive power and yet power chocho poor bia obi betimi agina ba bia ka se kwakubu ahia ko kan bibi nti yentimi ankonti agalam to me be no man we ni a wondimi fa ankonti agalam se na go for the say also what the president impo eto line no okuti agalam se a what the better line
me that honorable me that say punch jumadi na wo share on Kessben television wo sign share on all social media handles Nyumbre honorable Ambrose Amwa Eshia National Communications Team Member NDC Dr. Kessben Ousu Poku Executive Director Liberal Institute Policy Studies Strategic Communication Team Member New Patriotic Party. We are talking Ghana on Punch. Our message is 0551599993. Just send us a message and then we'll have a very meaningful conversation. Okay, so now the Abai measures are or the Abase Yemfa Engo. Dr. Kessben Membra Ohene the measures are by essay or the fight this evil menace I also so and the response from 10 minutes. Okay,
before I think say let's put something in perspective. As a policy person, my idea is honorable. No credit say executive power and the executive power. But if be social capital in policy, social capital ni a man for a pepa mo de dimra tu me dimra so. Oto rabato abontia. We kwa say masa adna yesi kwa be di watem. Na say mo social capital wo form. Say you see ye na ye fight galamsey. Na wunya a group of people. Say a campaign and for you. Means a kwaku by on 2 minutes call. Na okoka kasa. The way okasa ye no. Na ye nya panyi bia from side amagasi wan kasa ye jai de wo ye na. That is wrong.
Look way.
That be social capital. So my point remains say you catch the social capital. We need that before say Aban be successful. And found so we are executive president. But executive power now is checkmate by the people. And let me give you an example. Say prison system Ghana into power 1 million. Is it power 1 million and they emran to one? Then abayo. There's something you can do. You need that social capital. No? And the difference between Ghana and Singapore in our apparent. Singapore team the so trouble until with them 3 months. Ghana will be 2 in trouble now Kakrana will be to say do at him. And that is the difference. It's the American say, Kroma for no ebe bois and tokwana, ebe bois. And found President Professor just for in Kuguman so. Mansumaika said omumpene, Mansumaika said omunkum. So what will happen? So that is where I'm driving towards. The second thing is also social contract. Social contract, but in the process of state making. Say I don't sign a contract doesn't mean that the sense of yesterday in our paper. It rolls over. That's why some of these problems and if it be independency theory. I say if you want to make it means so social contracts. No, I'm a bit nuanced. Now the last thing so I'm can say, Professor Frimpong, what Attorney General engage. There's a story dated a year on graphic story graphic online. It is dated October 11, 2023. Galamsey allegation. Professor Frimpong Watson fails to provide evidence. Age. Now, Mr. Obi make allegations like Professor Frimpong Watson here now. Does that ipso facto becomes evidence? Say it in Pakokotum. And it's be prosecuted by ye. Oh no, bunya sanity. And I say sorry, Uncle, where you see, and also tell me Pakotum. Allegations the brand is my year where you know. Nobody go saying crime prosecutions, special prosecutor, prosecutor. For it. It tells you say allegations are not itself evidence. The honorable, I think, say one understand of these things is important. The last time a person can was LI 2462. Lawyer, a year you levy bill a core parliament. What did they do this for your family? Sir bill, sir LI, what is send this in the book? Let's assume we are buying MPP are buying a diaco. The MPP MPC they are complicit. NDC for to be unkind. Subsidiary legislation will be unkind. Abambag when we're loyal. Issues are any serious no assume for the cameras. Me so issue we Bagman one thing was him one kind NDC MPs 137 in na masaka esi be say social capital is important. And Mr. Minia politicization of the fight no. Say minu me near bana ben MPP NDC. This fight, opa for Jesus Christ, the president, he's going to lose this fight. One can we answer not don't pray. Oh, now what? Ministers are not don't pray. Some the first time come Nusha. There be no one can we. Mister, the first time Nusha. Do you know what Kabi as man Kabi? One can we answer. Mister, the first time Nusha. Do you know what Kabi as man Kabi? I not don't pray. And this in Hununcio more change MPP. It's I don't press him means MPP and this way now you are complicit. No, anyone can we answer. Mister, it means you are complicit. This is the first time come Nusha. You know what man Kabi? You didn't hear. Mr. We are doing with some anchor. We would have heard you. Now let's go to government measures. No, the entire TUC SA or the Wajatumuna, the Nema or Ben or that 20. I think that's the way to go. The first thing I'm a person can was a year pact now about almost say all political parties be signing. I think it's an because that agreement was made somewhere around a year. There's that agreement somewhere around 17th of September 2024. 3 weeks later, I'm going to strike. By now, I can sign this pact no Ebio in a letter, enhanced letter now, buying outcomes of the buy outcomes of the president's meeting with Labour. That is dated 7th October 2024. Abai emeki some concessions. The first one is a sa ela when a man ko for kwa momura forest mono. Parliament reconvene on Tuesday. That's the first time as certificate of agency. So I'm going to consider normal revoking, which I think is a step in the right direction. Ebionso say the fight against a galamsey ekosino. This time when I buy quite a best, I'm going to a buying organized labor. I be collaborate. No money na kwa sign to kwawi. The third thing so I buy aja to money say immediately. Some military deployments ebe koso. But if paying excesses ebe koso, they said the last time no. And in so doing no, or may involve a small scale miners no. I can hold say no nanye. Ebionso the pact says a political parties in your sign. And like I explained earlier, okay say that now they were 3 months in power. It's all cost strike just to stampede him. Now do you obey you know free ho. Now a new person ban on best of to aswa. There na be. The only reasonable process I bet you holding pakron say as a sign a pact no. And the pact does two things. First, a giving a year continuity to this fight now as no. The second thing is to say a disable of one man so me kwakwa ye sa political politicization. We go campaign or galamsey sites. I make sure say problem I started facing in 2020. I twice well to now no. E be sa say biu. And I think say the pact in there by now no kwenya mieni. Esa nka organized labor assigning. Now me ko menim no me say ye nuanom mo UTAG. Ma me fa some time na can deal with UTAG issue. UTAG ABAV in a way, as an academic, I'm a bit surprised. organized labor and say or strike. Nationwide strike. And as you take as a body, I will come home, you know. We are say any own super strike, maybe. Maybe Baba be worry. And I also Baba over coming home, Baba supporting me. I miss me worry because time I go to see to support you. That's what UTAG is doing. All mining companies, most of them, or more consultants, no, UTAG members. And I think say UTAG based on the experience they have. No?
Are you saying that for a fact or you are?
I'm saying most.
How do you know?
I have friends who are environmental at KNUST or my consultants.
How many friends do you
Say I have
to proper miners.
to proper miners.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Mining companies. That's why I said mining companies.
Galamsey person, there's only
that's what I'm saying. Mining companies. I say Galamsey yes.
Okay.
To mining companies. And these people, no, the experience no more. No. I think it's more productive at the decision making table than going on strike and staying at home. What I say? It is strike now. UTAG. I say, "Omo, can't come back." My question is, say, "Okay, strike now. Does that solve a small scale mining?" Sorry, Galamsey issue. I can't say me. How does a crime and UTAG strike? Abroad students are not quite, or maybe in January. A strike. What is the effect? The other point is, as part of this, there's a need for community engagement. UTAG mko for na research about the impact of Galamsey. Saying so, affecting crop. I saw a video. A small boy be any my mom so. I know because in so way they also there be so at the time we are nanum sa. Only impact no. But then the effect change and kabinya a year yenyanum pen for more university. No my research. I'm not saying for the idea of base. A bit be many crowd to the things they've not done.
That's so no almost cost strikes for them there. For them
almost
to achieve what?
That's the same question, Samuel. Because objective say in so no I say and almost cost strike no. The question is say what is the connection?
So then
that is the point. So you should rather divert their energies in a more productive sense. And I told my former lecturer, Professor Jampu, said they're all here no. I say, one was say UTAG president do. No mum na take center stage. In the discussion.
Endra me I don't know, but the motivation no mental because now the
he has a very good motivation.
Or first one or describe or more na or more as sentimental ma or more issue release say questioning the basis na UTAG wide journalists without records to them na we you bet your mono. The way he was, as if say on no UTAG as an individual, but I thought the UTAG is an association. No, so right from a meeting, I won't consult to anybody. No, your views are your personal views. By the way, he was speaking as if say UTAG na no Professor Jampuna and whatever he says is UTAG. I was a bit surprised.
No, it's a bit surprising. At the Saddam they ban UTAG entirely example. On quite strike on quite can be okay. But Omakano, Mr. They should rethink their decision. There are more productive ways they can come on. Me when the writer be, he was talking about the conscience of society, and I had to remind him today. So he should be the last person to talk about the conscience of society. Because he was not me and student.
No, I won't allow you.
No, I'm good.
I'm going to go personal because
I'm not going personal.
I won't allow you.
But I say, Mahodino. But Master can say, do a beer.
Conscience there, nobody can.
Because he is the they are the conscience of society. And America says, it will be an insem or trono. I want to know. It may force people to hold him to the same standards. And that wants me meet that mark no person certified this no. And in summing everything up, I want to insist on two things. Santo koye da huya sia yekokuni. Opa. Government pa onye do baby. So community na Galamsey woman and supported the fighter. It will be extremely difficult, near impossible. Ebi also said the politicization of the fight no. We need to sign that pact disable all political parties from going to the Galamsey pits to do their politicization again. And I message labor union, TUC. So how do we by Monday? Now come out for all the political parties. Obia make sure say we're committed to the fight against Galamsey. Okay. And that's the way to go.
That is the way to go. Me call Honorable Hona me man 10 minutes. Honorable Yonko 10 minutes.
Council me and MPP aban we Galamsey aban. They have not done enough to fight Galamsey. They have rather promoted and perpetuated Galamsey. And the meaning of because of people, but that's the fact. Guys can only be here. Social contract, punishment, or social contract.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I want to refer to some of the issues you raised. So punishment or social contract, any asotria are buying between more Eddie Bonnie. Yes, and that's how the costs are there. But just what I say. But don't forget the social capital now can and you're illegal.
It's legal.
Constitution also.
It is.
Can't the goodwill of the people to support the policy?
Constitution talks about responsibilities of Ghanaians.
No, I'm also a policy person.
So it's constitutional.
No, I'm also a policy person.
But we don't to constitution.
No.
It talks about the responsibilities of Ghanaians.
No.
Oh, by the time, no more.
I don't have constitution. It is actually.
It could be persuasive. I know the message.
Maybe I'm a
But council.
About measures, how do you see them? That's what we're discussing.
No. Any measures, Papa.
Okay.
Any measures, Papa. On say, Kessben, the near or packed. Council, I didn't know. You walk a marabe brea, a bo mining ho bra or Ghana hana, a buying fanya jumana, have a packed to once a near beca. Mentiasi. Okay, Article 275. Or say the president hold in trust for and behalf of the people. Mineral resources are a war man. And the mineral resources are war man. You didn't eja or man penny say over so at your mind. By extension, and Manu to me say, or dim rabbe yajumane bought your good year home by. And what are you talking about? Pact. Constitution, you know, I idea and Sasha, say a crown. Went to me and find Yajuma. The Minerals and Mining Act went to me and find Yajuma. Various environmental LIs. I went to me and find Yajuma. And our question packed the China Okanoha, our bra waban at Kessben. In the idea we want as a yamam. So you see, young family and your only idea. Sa abawe
and it's me
catch that was say
meba but I'm saying catch some sign.
You see somebody money gen krata san he bi amon kwa na mo signature and money gen krata san ho amodi am ko sa ba cancel
eh tisi
for you aban ni say oba be dey oba be boku your friend say ella na ode ba 2023 and anya san aban ni kai
also yes the minister will send way to parliament for parliament to consider
say ella na aban na de bai e man ko fo ho kwan se ngu ra policy ni nya
parliament man ko fo ho kwan
me say aban na de bai e aban na sponsor sa ella no dey na de
parliament
on say ba sa no
me say parliament
please let me make my point o say share responsibility no e ma both parties but e koya enga MPP aban na be gi atum say wono no de bai ntia akoye say o claim successes e wo enioma wa ye ho oni NDC for na eche
ana mo ko for ni
e ko boni de ene parliament for nyina ne sign who ni say ni say ye adwuma of policy even the Minerals and Mining Act says it now the LI aba say nkofo nko wura forest anya adwuma afa ye a wo say wa sign wachi na de wo ye tutag na nya de a ebeboa
dem ye tutag me ka tutag asem
your friend say utag emwa Professor Jampo mi so chairman dem mi so I was in Lagos no chairman dem mi so mi teacher
yeah ben no
No. First 2005.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the 2010 and all of that. So you see, you tag on who say almost eco strike.
Nobody's against that strike.
Yes.
Nobody's against it.
And the man will visa council. Adiere and I'm more to about Yana more as any. Who has a Ghana Medical Association? Obi throw letter said Dr. Srebo unilaterally. And I would 2 and more 2 years strike no and more
I'm responsible already.
Me ba cho me ba. O ma kire say o munim na affiliation o say me yan politics. Me ba cho me ba o kasa me ti hadi. She on so na me kasa. Say onu ngwa do take unilateral decision say enya de Ghana Medical Association for be the HDP. The itag for can say o mo campuses nyina o mo to aba. Omoto aba no omo members omo dodo chen wo ha chichemu aduoso 70% ne se sa strike we yentu anamo na yenko se omo yentu anamo we ya se bia aban dia o ken go nka e bia o ko strike atra aban se bo modi na yemo na yensu eninti and for the matter say 8 years ni aban atena ho ahwesa na se we yenyina yenim ye ba beto aba aban nim se what tia wo mo ahwe ankofo beto aba e de tia ndi de aban eye nyina no wo de wasa no because kejenfu abekan kejenfu o MPP women's organizer at the point galamsey ntikura mo amoshi na excavators also wo de bi yenkan galamsey na se mbra ya to aba wi Council ade ba kwa yen kan say the UTAG for nyina gidi a omuni wona na kufu ado ne ba omiam say ometumi akon tia.
Nti na me bisa say omo kotra fie say omo strike how would that solve the so na aye tantantan aban say or deploy military to go and so say wo say wo nyi ntum wo kotra fie as a UTAG wo strike now ti fie how would that strike no solve the problem?
Abema ba ya yere no otu anamo wa obetu anamo obeyire ni support
almost strike nti.
Yes, sir. Na dey engineer call strike council.
No, who call strike say? No, me bow. Who call strike say?
Me so person o downplay o mo strike na o ma call.
Downplay. Me bisa motive.
O ma dwene, ye betimi.
Me bisa motive.
Ye betimi
organized labor they say me bow. Organized no me bow. Organized labor they say. Ne nkrofo o mo hye na se nyina. O mo ama ban emre bi. Saban antumi anya nkitahudie antu anamo a omo be cost strike. They gave a time frame. Before a time frame no be so na ban I engage omo. Eventually no aban no akwa measures. E dey about publicize. What dem about? Pursuant to some measures, no problem. Time say me na mechi. Pursuant to some measures. Pursuant to some measures. Ono ankasa o say oni aban engagement ananka all strike no. Was it based on the aban the ababo ntintu? Almost as suspended say omo be strike. Una na wo be ka ho say nka aban anye bibia wo be strike.
Was it carry kimeko?
Ndia ono na wo di no nko wo di na aya na wo so strike na say. The aban the abanti no. Ya suspend your strike no. Wo de was be the chinchina be the make strike then na me bisa ni say.
What is your motivation?
Motivation here then I will be achieve if you still want to go and strike to get what?
Council ntimi busa o senka organized labor nya call ne strike no a efa galamsey no ho a na nka obeti ase nka be busa de.
Now would have questioned their motive.
Oh, you still would have questioned their
motive. If based on their abandoned Bible.
Yeah, so no. Yeah. So ati for here. So ka wo de no de. What dey strike no kro mo ko no ompe.
No, once
aban to ompe.
Enya se be ha ba once aban no etu ye nyina say so no mo say no e ya wudisem. And the once aban say o tu ho anamo no ebe sa anamo no be clean so that. What will be the basis for strike?
Council. I'll be very frank with you this evening. I'll be very frank with you this evening. And your first time aban we Ghana for say o tu anamo afa galamsey.
Oh, okay.
What dey ahwe sika pudu a aban e dey ahye sa dey wiem. O man sika aban se me dey to drones. Eduru me bi kura o se o to helicopters ama police for na dey akonti galamsey. Eduru me bi aban de Ghana for sika se makoto speed vote. Aye dey be kun e dey tia galamsey. Galam stop. Operation halt. Hwe sika pudu ye taxpayers money e dey akohye mu a ye nsuo no e sai more. Enti se o ka kire m se enne sa ban kro no asan ba be kan bibu furo nti wagye adi nti ni so mo ko strike. It's a matter of trust.
Okay.
Enti na me se aban we galam se aban. Ni nyoma wo ye ni nyina enti eye gidie na UTAG oni wa aban mu enti na otu anamo a otu no. Esan se woni akora meso amo adwo ahome na duru wan so no otwa mu a next time odu aka oni gidie bia wo mu. Enti kan so de me sira free woni Kessben ho ni se yemfa ni die ema UTAG fo se. Omo ho kwan se omo dwene se omo gi aban to mu a enye yi.
Okay. Nti omo ko transfer na omo ko strike na how would the problem
so
let that be their problem.
Okay. Nti obana ono
Dampo is motivated.
Tertiary education na onya access to it because obiko strike aye hu de kodient.
Even the labor law. The labor law.
Honorable yenya sa.
No, don't join. No.
No, not join. I'm just saying that.
Abawe what the soldier for apam galamsey for them. Me boa.
Yeah.
Aga we buy o ma moratorium se nkofo nya galamsey. Eduru ba bi no. Wo jinsase nyina san chairman ne party for se ne party for nye.
Sasha say bi politicization we.
Kan se da me kan what you say. Enye enene first time aban tu na mo se wo kon ti galamsey. Ye nyina nim se aban wo yi na ni se ne mpanifo nya galamsey. Ade wundimi okowra tano nimri forest ni mo ya galamsey odi akonta mine na ya galamsey no mineral commission ama meka se oni license a odi ye adwuma wo sanso na kufu adu gina simpie so ka kire na se enyo no obachi wundumi
sa no kan
enti ensam kan na wa galamsey hu fa aban we ya
no kan na se
me pato me ba
wonti ase
enfie nwatwe agana fo to abama aban we se wo mo ye nsuo hu ban ene de keka ho no sa na mo no ontu enwa se ebe ye easy so obi be gi aban we ye di so obetumi aye bibi you trust this government at your own peril.
Okay.
And the council, you want to poo-poo the ability of a group to undertake what they think is.
No, I'm only questioning their motive.
No, but you just said and you may work as will be motive there. And they say you have a question because I don't know any motive. How will I force you to question the action? No. Yes, how will I force you to justify your motive?
Okay.
It should be independent to you.
Jambo is motivated.
Okay.
Jambo wani mo aye adwuma da. Wani MPP for aye adwuma da. And then who say you because wa enye.
He's motivated, which is good.
You got a point because mon kan okre nchire Ghana for. Ayamo na ma say yensuo ni forest. Ene ama na yensuo aye potopoto. Aye MPP for ayamo.
Send this in Ibia.
Me say ayamo.
Ghana for you.
And I'm on NDC for.
Ghana for you.
Ghana for you. To me.
Because social capital now want to say that. That's what it meant.
See,
you see the politicization of the fight. Politicization of the fight. How we are. Una say that time you can so.
Social capital now can vague. It doesn't even apply to this. Yanimu share. I am munya sa anyo men here. It doesn't even apply to this. You messed up this country in ways that are unimaginable. And the moment you can't say, you say, to me, force, and Mran, you know, what about when say, what about you will be a oil galamsia? A basamon coaching for galamsia, Mobro who for you need before now, or more I was one, or Monamocochum. Mumpen, for a good damn galamsia, they won't be one zanga home. Nako can't say me and I will say, Yanko sign pact. Can't say, and now why the back with Yagalamsia, winning we a lawyer. I don't assume be brave and your pact. And the baby be a crock the dawn.
Okay.
And no free war. Ally, I'm your man go for the cool authority. No, when you say for us, and your mind, you don't go ally. And you're turning your idea, and I bet no sooner this ally, no coin. And I know be Tatan or the ally, coin. No, you have not managed this country where you can't, Mommy and Ka. Just allow us to say some of these things. You see, you had a clear path to fight Galamsey.
Oh, Hollande.
You had a clear path to fight Galamsey. They are a good father. Because 2016, a good father helped to me. Galamsey for a boano. Every place he got the boano. Good father, I did this, he got the boano.
And that's almost call a campaign.
So what you got a bunch of them. And clearly, money can afford any no prayer. I was idea with me. Say, justification be or I was about to Ghana for 2 Betty Galamsey, one of them.
Okay.
One of them, and the council. This is the point I am making. This is the point I'm making. Obi nim the course organized labor for say omuntu sana money bi. But say university teachers for say omubetu sana mona. Yem fa ni die ma omu say omu right say omutu sana mona. Because omu so omu ya Ghana for say ngofo onya kidney diseases, ngofo onya lung diseases. And am yensu asai ni honkeka ho a. Maybe
that's
to do with generations and
messages kakra. Okay, now I'll come back to you, gentlemen. At least we have about 20 minutes to go.
I'm motivated.
Allow him to do what he wants. You can't catch him the way you want to.
This one says is Jamal. Point of correction, lawyer. UTAG was the first to threaten a strike on the 9th September. Organized labor group came in on the 11th. Well, point noted, but as a man, I said UTAG, the Shasio said the measures about the need for a strike. We know ecosystem. Why would you still want to go on strike? No, but traffic now so called striker. It's a band solve that problem. Good evening to you, Kessben TV and your panelists. In fact, the youth of Ghana is sitting on the time bomb by allowing these leaders to turn our future a ditch. They cherish their political fortunes than our lives. We are suffering as a country because of bad leadership. The few youth who are benefiting from these leaders are struggling to defend the bad. The country is in a mess and we still defend those who caused the mess. The current administration has rolled out a number of measures in the name of curbing the Galamsey menace. It has never yielded any results. We are still going by the same measures. Are we really serious in fighting the Galamsey menace? Very sad living in this country called Ghana under the leadership. Atimbila Moses in Boko. Okay, Atimbila Moses reminds me of my classmate who was a police couple.
no longer alive.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay. Good evening to you, lawyer. Even if God asks all of us to gather at one point, some people will eventually disagree God's decision. Organized labor now decided into two NDC and MPP, what a joke country. We cannot do something with our political gymnastics. I wish J.J. Rawlings would have been alive today. We'll see what is happening. MPP, you wasted 8 years of nothing, and Ghanaians are so, I think you want to say angry, not hungry with you. Okay, thank you for your message. Ghanaians are so hungry with you. Okay. Good evening to you. I am Isaac from Elembere in Zema Nyinase. Please tell the NDC man to stop saying if Mahama comes. It's not coming anywhere because we remember his doom so seriously. Mahama, go and sleep. Why? Okay. This is what he says. Now this one says, good evening to you, Kessben. Baumia all the way it is possible, he says. Okay. Now, this one says, okay, Papa Lawyer Galamsey started hugely when Mahama and his NDC were in power, especially and Upper Dentra West, when Ambrose was DC. I know him very well. I'm coming. He took over as DC from his own father as former DC. I am surprised that he is talking Bright Takwa. He will take you over from your father.
Not my father, my father's brother.
Oh, okay, father. Then the guy really knows.
He doesn't know me. This is an open secret.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anybody do much? No,
yeah, your money.
Hi, good evening to you, Ohene Gyan. Okay, this is coming from. I am Mapelabu from Wasa Akropon. I want you to ask Doctor that what Kweku Buahene said, and now all news broadcasting are using. What about what Dr. Frimpong said? Where are the 50 excavators that you collected? Bring it, we need them. Okay. Also, we hear more excavators, 500. Why? Oh my word. Good evening to you, lawyer, and I'm Odeneho Trimudehine Nana Buaji, watching you from Hwidim. But I see where some people calling themselves politicians. Please tell organized labor and CEOs, including teacher unions, to behave as matured citizens. Thanks. Nana Trimudehine. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, I stand to be corrected. I believe opposition can still prosecute someone if they suspect corruption somewhere. So why is NDC keeping saying unless they come to office before they can? Okay, Kwabena, it is the Attorney General who prosecutes, and then the OSP mandate. The mandate, include Galamsey specifically, but no, well. Ajechum Samuel Kwame Dixon from Apeu Lakeside. NDC party have no policies. Only thing they know is propaganda. It's possible for Dr. Bamu Baumia, #1 on the ballot paper. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. How can you value your seats than people's life during COVID-19 era? Every day, fellow Ghanaians are now we are facing the same crisis, but nothing has been done since day one. You let us understand that Akufo-Addo is not political material. Let us vote MPP out. They had nothing to offer Ghanaians. JM is coming to rescue us from this menace of economic. The Suleiman in Yinehin sends us this message. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I disagree with the NDC man on the inability of the government to end Galamsey. We are all guilty on this menace. Did the ex-president Mahama was he able to fight Galamsey from 2012 to 2016? Let us find a better way to end this menace, not demonstration where someone wants to use this coming election to win power. In fact, he says, okay. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I am Gabriel Brobe from Asin Kwata. Please, there's a problem at hand in respect of Galamsey. Can they let the NDC member know that Ghanaians are looking for profound and bold solutions to avert the problem and not mere mentioning of names? What are the alternative plans by the NDC to stop the challenge? Okay. Now this one says, lawyer, I think it's high time we stop the NDC and their propaganda and focus on the development of the country. I am Benjamin from Ofenso. Now, okay, this is audio. We cannot play an audio. This one says, hello, good evening to you, lawyer. I am Sir Amas from Jachi Bosomche. The fight against Galamsey in Ghana here is very difficult because the former President Mahama is behind. That is the reason why he's promising Ghanaians about 24-hour economy, because he's prepared to allow the youth to work on our water bodies. Oh, what's that? This one there. Good evening to you, lawyer. This Galamsey fight should never be politicized, but that is what we are doing as a country. How can MPP party fight against Galamsey and NDC members like Ohene and Tony Orban will go around the pits encouraging people to do it? How can former President Mahama go around saying he will give amnesty to all people arrested who have been arrested because of Galamsey? Where were the CSOs and the unions when these statements were made? Kwaku Ohene and Mustafa Bandi are still making statements that they will go around again and encourage people to do Galamsey. What are Ghanaians saying about that? We need to come together and fight this social canker without blaming the certain president. Chiefs, opinion leaders, and community members, he says. Good evening to you, Lord. The act of the NDC is very dangerous to this Galamsey fight. When Anado deployed military, the NDC kicked against it. When equipment were bent, the NDC kicked against it. Those who were in prison, Mahama said he will free them if they vote him. So kindly ask Honorable Amwa, what different thing would they have done? And also, what is the NDC plan to deal with this Galamsey? Osono from Tanoso Kumasi sends us this message. Good evening to you, lawyer. Thank you, and I will say thank you too. The NDC man in the studio, okay, I've told you, if you insult, I won't read it. They have nothing to offer Ghanaians, it is possible. Well, that one. Lawyer, thank you. The NDC man's can't win them power. Dr. Baumia is breaking the eights with the MPP. Nanado has kept the lights on, so the propaganda of the NDC won't fly anymore. Dr. Baumia Beba, my name is Yana from Sefi Isam. Thank you for your message. Good evening to you, lawyer. I am so disappointed in Professor Jampo for leading a crusade for the UTAG nationwide strike, in spite of government efforts to combat illegal mining, Galamsey in Ghana. What I demanded from Professor Jampo should have been measures to mitigate the menace rather than championing for the strike. I am of the view that this strike will have no positive impact on the fight against the menace, so UTAG should reconsider its decision. From Professor Jabeng Boja Solomon, University of Technological Science, Istanbul, Turkey. Wow. Thank you for your insightful message. Hi, good evening to you, Ohene Gyan and Mr. Okay. I am Justice from Wasa Krupon. I want to ask you about Galamsey. Is still Kwaku Ohene in power? Are you in power? So why are you mentioning Kwaku? Oh, okay, that was the previous message. Okay. Hello, Ohene Gyan, good evening to you. I am John from Wasa Krupon. I want to ask MPP man, please, who was born with his or her own work? And I want to ask the MPP man again, that now if you go to market, ask of cooks Cox, what? Now compare today's price of cock to Muhammad's own. You can't even buy egg. 1 crate. Also ask the price of goats and sheep because of he's very serious about me too. So please. I am Destiny from BBN Western North. Lawyer, in fact, MPP has nothing for Ghanaians per the 8 years. And look at Ghana now. Dollar go higher. Economic collapse. Cry. Youth. NDC all the way. Thank you for your message. Few messages. I'm coming back to the studio. Good evening to you. My name is Mohammed from Boko. Greetings to Teacher Constitution. Ramuase. Thank you for your message. Good evening to you, lawyer. In fact, you have hit the nail right on the head. Lawyer, in fact, no Ghanaian nowadays can pretend to be neutral, not even the pastors. Each and everyone has a party he or she supports, most especially the UTAC leadership who are crying more than the bereaved. They should give us a break. I am Noel from Elembere. This one says, lawyer, thank you. I am Kofi Enin from Esuomi. Dr. Baumia is campaigning, Napo campaigning, Untumi too, same. Samira too campaigning. My worry is, where is Lordina Mahama? Is she not in support of her husband's second bid? Charity, they say, begins at home. She has seen her husband fighting a lost battle. With DMB, it is possible. Hey, I'm for Anyabro. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I have known you for a long time of your objectivity when it comes to national issues. What are the interests of those who are insulting and aligning you to partisanship? Are they not perceiving their political agenda? What Professor Jampu has done is very disgraceful to academia. So he is leading academic group to use them to champion the NDC agenda. God save us. Nana Mwako from here sends us this message. This one says, host, please ask Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education when they are posting university diploma. I like this one. This guy is wild, though. Wild. This one says, John Mensah, organizer Cote d'Ivoire branch. Okay. Voting massively for Dr. Baumia in December 2024 election. Okay, thank you for your message. Okay. More messages, no plenty, but let me come back to the studio. Let me just 1 minute so that we can share to the ministry making it. Good evening to you, Lawyer. For this Galamsey matter is very problematic national issue. Righteous here is the case. While some people are fighting this Galamseyers, others are moving around supporting this Galamseyers. Righteous video evidence from the former President John Mahama saying that when they vote for him to become president, he will give presidential pardon to Galamseyers in prison. And high NDC officials telling these Galamseyers, when NDC wins power, all Galamseyers should go to their site and do their Galamsey. So righteous Ghanaian, that NDC are the people behind this Galamsey. Ordinary president inside Techimai. Okay, Hausa line, he says. Okay, let me come back to the studio. Okay, so what we can do is we are left with 6 minutes. Okay. So you do 3 minutes, 3 minutes. You leave me with no, unless you are ready to give me 1 minute, 1 minute. So use 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and then we can end the show. Kessben, Dr. Kessben, we'll do 2 minutes and donate 1. Or you do 3 minutes.
Magnanimous.
Okay, your time is over. Okay.
I dear about say you know parliament, you expect them to play an oversight role. No, and that is a fact. I buy at the document about my example. Now make a e-levy. You did a course with e-levy. Now I expected say be top parliamentar. We MPP, no NDC. I expect you to do due diligence. They make out a mechanism. It's a top parliament, whether say from within or from without. Now about parliament, your role is to make laws. And man is like, a bank where people pass laws, and means I got better parliament. It's your who absorb parliament for meta, and yet possible. The executive may have been initiated from the executive, but then a parliament, a far home. Just like 11 free executive for buying. It will be you 137 for any film said or money won't share. For me as a person, Me reading a man na me share na me koso. It only told me about the complicity of both ends. The second point I'm say what you say ni. Ene obeka tell me say NDC ni bi ha ni galamsey mu. Meka say oboa. Oka say MPP ni bi ha ni galamsey. Meka say on kan okre. Obeka tell me say other people ni ma. Meka say on kan okre. But the year no say be na say be the MPP NDC policy be about be different sir. We will come back to square one. And the honorable and I think say honorable can do better. Sincerely, that's a sincere appeal to you. That thing they say, we share a year you tag. Let's say you tag for. And part they have a course. But their modus operandi will become a fossil to solve the problem. No, I think say a counterproductive, a zero productivity. Or more experience, or more knowledge, it is needed around the policy table, not in your bedrooms. What I say, until you strike. Na some men can wait me key with my advances and knowledge. Bet me aboa my yetimi aya in the more sustainable sense. Na ka so jump some strike book striker. Emwa. What I say? And e bio no mesre minanum so NDC for. This idea about say sign a pact no. Pact, unim. Uni NDC me ka say enye me wan say mo deputy general secretary. We so video ni bia. We just so ye ba wo be koswe atu. Kokubanye or to you TV. As well, what does watch a video now? No, because what's the impunity or the adeno? What we are doing in 2020? There's a problem. I can't was there be NDC any Jehopa and Mamulusu sits mining communities. It's NDC as a commission member. Watch a video now, go back and watch it. Say what I said, your kind of factual, and I said a perceived squanner. That is what he said. Mopenyi bien wonso abani trim say on kan what you are doing is wrong, and that is the danger of politicization. You can wasem no etu bana be dismissive o nya hwe na MPP aban na ye na nado na ye and all that. You are helping no one. Ogwa dan council free mining community, so you should understand this problem better. Me no can say ya sending names of people amanso and this executives on we into galamsey. But I won't
allow you to mention
but I'm just telling you, say people know the people who are doing it.
Okay,
nobody in the crowd must say communities now mining woman. Any year or month for you say that social capital make one seven. That and none of my policies be more gun other countries are a been more.
Okay,
I had mutu regua. Obia go for a baby show. But other countries you
thank you very much. Make honorable 2 minutes.
Council or more air propaganda say on my penny John Dramani Mama say oba Obema Galamsey for Ayachi or more amnesty or promote to Galamsey. I'm say you bet church and you may be much home. Council zone say on my penny be our home under constitution so by granted the friend prerogative of mercy and I'm a boy. And this man penny John Dramani Mama is one pass also by granted prerogative of mercy. Say in Tiamra, but a numpo sanity, and yes, sanity. Do man penny John Dramani Mama, can he say? You were Galamsey could damn for me to say wound to me moon and I'm home. You I can see
why would you want to mention be fair to me, he was going to mention this. I said I won't allow him. Why should I allow you? Please don't mention it. I won't allow somebody sent a message about you. I didn't know. No, I'm coming. I will not read. Obi Sunday message I will not read because it will not be fair to you. Which mean why would I allow you to mention to me?
Cancel. My DC upper than Cha West. I dare mind you be there, Galamsey, or evidence on family. I challenge anybody. And this is not what they buy and go so kind. But go on, don't mention him. Only the worker. May record upper than Cha West will be anymore. Everybody knows you can
let's make progress. Avoid mentioning names. Don't mention names. Let's go.
The normal mechanism say, MPP are good and form when you Galamsey now. We go to media and say, my memory on my say, Omumpo, Abayanchi, one more. Now, Obia or no Quaquaya, I was so say, Ope be in a Medino. Nayatina,
but won't miss in last kill mining. I shall want you to move, you say. Rather moment. Rather moment. One more year, Mobro, who for? I don't want to be a can be more on a day. Yet, meet you on. No moment before I can say for no air galamsey or Ghana honey dear. Or my banner won't diminish you on. Now, your mama can we say was your bar, and at the end, the air propaganda, your friends are your mumu. Kessben, no say. Yes, see, baby, I'm more say, I say. That's like going to me.
Why are they?
Last scale mining.
I want to be last scale mining.
Yeah, what do you last scale mining? Let's say you don't even know. Let's say you don't even know. You don't even know.
Look, The tower time in 10 above, Mr. Roman.
And you know, credit as a mulu seat, baby, and your friend say, yeah, but I say, I know, Messi, and Yano, Takwa Egal, I'm so Omuna Muini. About the Jais, Egal, I'm so Omuna Muini. Christian Unival, you're reading for more in a trade. I swing, Lucy, and I swing, Yalusu,
That obviously so it's
not true.
That's what Kwakuba is saying.
It's not true.
That's what Kwakuba is saying.
The fact don't show. It can even be God. The fact don't show. Please let me make my point. The fact don't show. Cancel and also say where the Kwakuba said that. Cancel the air can say. Yeah, what? Emra bebre wo ho a ekutia galamsey. Emra no edoso. Yeah, well, the Minerals and Mining Act as amended, the Minerals Commission Act 1993, Act 450. Your Minerals and Mining Act, General Services Regulation, Mining Licenses 2012. Your Minerals and Mining Explosive Regulations 2012. The Environmental Protection Agency Act 1994, Act 490. Ye camera, Equantia Garamse, the Aboman home by baby. Sabanwe, I am not just what the Mrabe Juma, and ye two Galamse are MY Environment Asset.
That's it.
And before the ANT, Abana, I have a hands here.
And this need
But you want to be away, boy, and this is
on behalf of the producers,
in fact, the law.
on behalf of the producers, on behalf of the producers of the show, thank you very much, Dr. Kessben Owusu-Poku, Executive Director, Libra Institute of Policy Studies, Communication Strategy for the New Patriotic Party. Honorable Ambrose Amwa, National Communication Team member, NDC. Producers, thank you so much. Media Radio Initial Lawyer, thank you. And I say thank you. To enjoy the rest of your evening. See you next week on the same program. Bye-bye.